What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stocks to Watch. And today, the market indeed surprised everybody. So, I was expecting good momentum from mid cap stocks, but rather, what happened is Nifty and Bank Nifty did touch their all time highs, and mid caps were a little muted. So, without further ado, let's quickly get started. So, I'll just go to yesterday's watch list, and Pesalo was the only stock that, in my opinion, moved exactly how I anticipated. Others were really sluggish, didn't really do anything. So, not a very impactful watch list yesterday. I mean, Jay Balaji, from the day we were discussing two upper circuits back to back, IND Swift was a risky one anyway. Nuvama seat made a big high, then got rejected. And HEG again, similarly in the range, could still move. Even Adani Green Energy did move towards the day high, but then eventually came back down and closed lower. Same with Copran. Copran was trading almost to 292, close 10 points lower. Texmeco hasn't really triggered an entry yet, and KPIL also made a high and then closed back, in a very weak way. DBL also tried moving higher and then closed down, very weakly. So, I mean, stocks did move, but they got a lot of supply, and that was concerning. Now, coming on to next day's watch list. So, there are a lot of stocks. So, this is 9th April. Lot of stocks that are setting up, but it just depends on how much momentum the market really shows up. So first up is VM Industries from the auto OEM space, setting up nicely, volume dry up. I mean, every single thing that you want to see, and really cool. So would definitely keep a watch out on that. Another interesting name is Ice Make Refrigeration. Now this stock is a little interesting because it had a very good run up. It's rebalancing currently, and now it is again setting up for another move higher. So I think this base breakout could be good, and I think in the next week or so this could come and fill this gap in this range. So would be interesting. Now, IT stocks, I mean, at least Naukri, which is InfoEdge, did really well today. And I think on the back of that, I am expecting Sonata Software bouncing off its daily demand. I think this could have some action. Not very confident about this, but I still feel there could be an action here. United Drillings, again, very good setup, but again, not exactly the contraction that I'm looking for usually. So pretty average, but we'll see. Rainbow Children Hospitals looks extremely good. I think there is still supply over here in this range. I think there would be supply, but I think hospital stocks are doing decent. We saw another continuation day in Aster DM. So I think Rainbow would be interesting. Now next up is Alicon Castelloy. Again, similar structure, similar setup. Looks pretty good. Volumes have been dried up, and the stock has been a runner in the past. So let's see how does it come out of this base. I think this is going to be good if metals stay up. HEG we've already discussed. Even Graphite India, same industry. I think both of them would do well. Now, I think for me, the most interesting space is the QSR. Now, there are multiple reasons. Number one, Ashish Kacholia, who holds up good stake in RBA, he also holds up stake in Barbecue Nation, invested about he took up about 17.5% equity of Jumbo King. Obviously not from the listed space, but he feels QSR is very, very bullish for the next coming years. Now that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about today, but what I want to tell you is QSR has been in the news, and Ashish Kacholia's entry into Jumbo King kind of tells you that there could be tailwinds for the industry as a whole. Now, if you look at Devyani and Westlife, so Devyani and Westlife, both from the same QSR space, both of them setting up really nicely. Now, this is a double confirmation from me. I think Devyani is ready to, fill that, lagger gap. It was a leader of the market at one point of time. Now it has finished entire rebalancing, and I think this is a very good time to participate in this. Now you can also check out RBA. Now I didn't check that out today, but I'll just check out RBA. Now RBA is weaker on the weaker side, but I think Devyani looks really good, and same as with Westlife. So I think could be interesting to see. Now next up is Lloyd's Metal and Energy. Now another recent IPO name, kind of trying to create bases. Now again, this is a name which could be more for a weekly positional kind of a play. So not really that interesting. Same is the case with Shemaru. Not really good closing. There is a lot of gap that it can fill. The earnings day gap down, I think there could be some action. So we'll have to wait and see. Pasupati, Acrelon is another very good name. I think setting up really nicely. Fundamentally, this is decent. Again, a micro cap, small cap name, but I think it's still interesting. Westlife, I've already discussed. Westlife is basically the ones who operate McDonald's in North India. Next up is Munjal. Munjal Show. I don't know what's the name of the company, but I think MS is what I would say. Munjal Show, and I think again this is all setting up, but I don't really like the amount of supply that is there over here. So again, not my favorite play. Fusion Microfinance. I think this could be great. Again, a microfinance lending company. I think this could also do really well. The only thing that I like about this, like I really like, is there's so much room for it to move on the upside that there could be some action. Now, from the large cap space, I think IndusInd Bank has been consolidating into a nice tight base now with Bank Nifty touching lifetime highs. I think from the banking space, this one would be interesting. Now, another very interesting name is Orchid Pharma. Now, this also, again, as I said, Copran, Orchid Pharma, and there were, I think, a bunch of other pharma names doing really well. So I think pharma has some action. So Orchid Pharma would be interesting to see. Texmaco Rail, I've been watching this stock for the last 4 days. I think if railways pick up, I think this is going to blast. And this has been contracting nicely in the last 6 days, very tight range. So would be interesting to see. Maharashtra Scooters, not the most liquid stock that you would want to trade, but the setup was similar, narrow range consolidation, volumes dry up, could have some action. Now, this is another very, very solid setup that I found, which is Max India Limited. And again, this is into the medical nursing services, in the pharma oblique hospital oblique hospitality space. And this has made quite a good base over here after a big run up, volumes dead and dried up. So I think this is good. Heidelberg Cement, I mean, pretty average. Cement companies have raised prices, so that's okay. But again, from the entire list, I've got maybe Devyani, Max Industries, Max India, sorry, as being my two favorites. Westlife is also something that I like. And the other name that I would definitely explore is Sonata Software and I think Rainbow Children's Hospital. So yeah, these 3 4 names. I think Orchid Pharma is also interesting, and if railway stocks move, then Texmaco Rail. So I think these stocks are the ones that I'm going to be watching out for. And if you like this, make sure to click on the subscribe button. I would really appreciate that because it takes a lot of effort to kind of create this and then shoot this and upload this. So I would really appreciate if you could press the thumbs up and make sure to subscribe and comment which stock amongst this is your favorite. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much. Take care and goodbye.